Hello everyone, welcome to yet another installment of Layman's View. This is where we review a week that was. We are about to look at some of the biggest stories that came out of this week. But before we do that, I've got 5 things that I would like you to do for me. 5, only 5. 1, please subscribe on this channel. Subscribing on this channel is absolutely free. And you know what that does for you? You will never miss another episode, which means you will get notifications every time we drop top tier content. So please go ahead and subscribe on this channel. Like this video. Share this video with your friends and family, colleagues, and everyone. Tell them it's happening on podcast, radio, and stuff. And number 4, please comment on this video. Comment about some of the stories that we'll be talking about. But also, if there's a story that I'm not touching on, but that story stood out for you, please go into the comment section and tell me about that story. I really enjoy reading some of your comments. And then lastly, number 5, please join as a member. If you join as a member, you contribute only 9.99 rands in making sure that this podcast is great and it continues to give you the content that you deserve. I'm talking about top tier content. I'm Ntobeko Khuluse. This is podcast, radio, and stuff. Before we look at the biggest stories, let me just take this opportunity and wish everyone who's observing Easters a blessed Easter holiday. And those who are not necessarily observing Easter, please do have a restful long weekend. If you'll be driving, if you'll be on the road, please be safe. Just please make sure that we do right things on the roads. You cannot get into the car if you've had a drink or 2. If your car is not roadworthy, please just make sure that it's not on the road, because you are not only putting your life at risk, but life of others as well. And please wear your seatbelts. It's something so simple. Let's just do the right things. We all know the right things. Let's do the right things on the roads. Now, let's look at some of the big stories that came out of this week. I would like to start with a sad story, a story that really disappointed me. Aldrin Sampear. Aldrin Sampear is a news anchor at Newsroom Africa. He presents a breakfast show, morning show, 6 to 9. You know, he's a broadcaster. He's been on radios. He was with SAFM. He's been with Power FM before. So he's a talented broadcaster. In fact, he's one of my personal favorite broadcasters. But a video that came out on Thursday night, where we saw Aldrin Sampear very angry, arguing with a lady on the road. If you listen to that video, and the lady, or rather Aldrin Sampear, is not impressed and is asking the lady, who are you showing the middle finger? And you hear the lady asking Aldrin Sampear, why are you hitting me? Why are you hitting me? Obviously, we can't see Aldrin Sampear hitting the lady, but there are movements. You can see him charging towards this lady, and you can see him pointing at the lady. So it really is a sad video to watch for 2 reasons. I think there are 2 reasons why, for me, this video is sad. 1, we know that there are issues in South Africa with what many call GBV, gender-based violence. And to see someone of Aldrin's stature, you know, being accused of violating or assaulting a lady, it's problematic. It's problematic in so many levels, because, you know, these people who are seen as celebrities, some people get influenced easily. And I'm not saying people, you know, they hit people because they are influenced by others, but I'm just saying when people see people that they admire doing such things, it's like if so and so can do it, then Shutinami, I'm not that bad. You know, people can use this to justify their own actions that are unacceptable. So I'm not saying Aldrin did it. By it, I mean assaulted the lady. But if the accusations are proven to be true, that will really, really be sad for the fight against GBV. And another part is for him. Like I said, Aldrin Sampear is an extremely talented broadcaster. If this is true, if he really assaulted that lady, the sad thing is he might not come back from it. His career might be ruined because we know that there is what we call cancel culture, where if you have done something that the public doesn't agree with, people just cancel you. So to think of Aldrin Sampear's career, because his career is at its peak. You know, he recently left SAFM, but he's on TV, primetime TV, and he could have been going back to radio if he wanted to. Like he's that kind of a broadcaster that you feel like he can do whatever that he wants to do because he's that talented. So his career would be ruined. His career would be ruined. I really hope Aldrin Sampear did not do this. You know, by this I mean violated or assaulted this lady for his sake. Now we will wait for the law to take its course. But what also came out, ukuthi in the past Aldrin wake wamshaya vele umuntu wesifazane. Khona story engisifundile and abantu abaningi sebelanda leso story bathi akaqali vele. Khona story engisifundile ukuthi while he was in high school, he was, you know, he got angry with his then girlfriend and he beat her up. So, but he says he's changed in that article that I read. He said he's changed, you know, he's not the same person. He doesn't assault people anymore. He now is able to deal with his anger. But now, because this story came out, the video that we just saw now came out, people are going back. Sebephula leso story ukuthi indanga iqali vele lena. He is abusive towards women. That's what people are saying. I don't know what you make of that story. I don't know what you think of that video if you've watched it, but I would really, really love to know your thoughts and views. Please go into the comment section. Tell me what you thought when you saw that video, because the first thing that came to my mind was cancel culture. Aldrin Sampear is done. That's what came to my mind. But I really hope I'm wrong. What do you think? Please go into the comment section and share your thoughts and views. But before I move on from this story, I would also like to look at the victim, you know, because if indeed Aldrin Sampear did do this, he should be held accountable. He should be held accountable. We can't apply double standards. Ukuthi ngoba nakhu, he is a celebrity, he is well known, we like him as a human being, then, you know, he should be held at different standards. So if the lady indeed is victimized and was assaulted, Aldrin Sampear should be held to account. I think we all have to agree with that. So let's wait and see where that story will end. The next story that stood out for me, it has to be the MK party. Hey, MK party, ikile ibukwayo. Ikile ibukwayo, MK party, lapha ku ward 110, where no one thought, wow, I didn't think MK party will win eThekwini ward 110. If you look at the areas that fall under this ward, so you wouldn't expect MK party to win. I thought, I knew they'll do fairly well, but I thought the DA will still win the ward. So it came as a surprise to me to hear that the MK party has won. Is this a sign of things to come in 2026? Local government elections are around the corner. If I was the ANC, the IFP, the DA in KZN, I'd be worried. I would be shaking in my boots. I truly think they need to think of a strategy because the MK party needs to be neutralized. They need to find a way to neutralize the MK party. I'm saying the MK party needs to be neutralized if you are opposing them. Because those who agree with the MK party will say the MK party needs to do what it's doing. It needs to continue do what it's doing by the MK party winning the by-elections because it's showing its might and its strength in KZN. I know that you can't really judge ukuthi parties or perform kanjani in my elections, by-elections, because it turn out funny, dynamics are different. But I think it does give you an indication. It does give you an indication, especially if you look at what 110, in Durban North, now MK party is the councillor is that of MK party. I saw some WhatsApp messages of residents of Durban North. They are not impressed. They are not impressed that now they are led by the MK party. So I really, I really wonder where this is going. And I'm really interested in seeing how the MK party will perform in next year's elections. But if anything, if the by-elections performance are anything to go by, I repeat, the DA, ANC, IFP, especially here in KZN, maybe even NFP, they should be worried. They should be worried because it seems like there is no stopping MK party. Because people thought because of the internal squabbles, MK party is not going to do so well. But it looks like MK party is just winning everything. I don't know what you make of that. Please go into the comment section and tell me your thoughts and views on MK party winning Ward 110 in eThekwini. I have to mention though that the ANC has lodged a complaint with the IEC because they are saying indlela MK winning ngakhona was unfair. Ngoba there were about over 100 people ebekuthiwa bahlala emzini owodwa or one bedroom. And the ANC is saying that's not possible, that over 100 people baphuma emzini owodwa. And abanye about just over 70 bahlala komunye umuzi ba-register ukuthi bahlala emzini owodwa. So ANC ithi i-MK party irigama elections ukuze win. Yilabantu laba abahlala emzini aba-register ukuthi bangaphansi komuzi owodwa. Kodwa lo muzi can't accommodate everyone to be staying in there. So I don't know what you make of that. And I thought that's quite interesting because you remember that after the local government elections, the MK party was accusing the ANC, or rather the IEC, of rigging elections. And now the MK party, or rather the ANC, is the one that is crying foul. So yeah, it's interesting times in politics. Please go into the comment section and share your thoughts and views on this story. And lastly, the story that I would like to look at is the VAT increase. Umbuzo uti, will VAT take effect on the 1st of May or not? That's the question. The reason I'm saying this is because when the Action SA and other smaller parties voted with the ANC for the budget framework in Parliament, one of the things that they said is that they will be discussing with the ANC to review the VAT increase, and VAT will not increase on the 1st of May. And On the DA went to court and the MK party to stop the VAT increase, saying the processes, or rather the passing of the budget framework, saying that the processes that were followed in Parliament were not as per the Constitution. So Minister Gondongwane, Minister of Finance, responded in that case of the DA, and he said there's nothing that can be done if VAT is going to come into effect on the 1st of May. And ngicela nje ukunazisa, companies, different companies, we all are receiving SMSs and WhatsApp messages from different companies. They are telling us that VAT is coming into effect on the 1st of May. Then my question is, where did the Action SA get their idea, or the idea that VAT will not be coming into effect on the 1st of May? Did the Action SA mislead us as the public, or they were misled themselves? They truly thought VAT will not be coming into effect on the 1st of May. So even if there is some agreement that they make with the ANC, okusalayo, i-VAT increase, iyanyuka ngomhla ka-1 May. So we will be impacted by this VAT increase. I don't know what you make of that, and what that means for the GNU. So we'll wait and see, because we know that currently ANC is in discussions with all the political parties, but MK party, no thank you. They don't want to. MK party said these are domestic issues between GNU partners, the ANC and the DA. Asifuna ukuyingena thina kushi MK party. EFF, we know their stance. EFF ngeke ingene ku-GNU as long as kusakhona EDA ne Freedom Front Plus. So then the question is, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with VAT? What's going to happen with the GNU? Because ANC, it's now pressing a restart button on the GNU. So what will the GNU look like after the restart button has been pressed? That's the question. I'm very interested in knowing your thoughts and views. Please go into the comment section. Tell me your thoughts and views on all the stories that we touched on this week's episode of Layman's View. If a story that stood out for you, angizange ngikhulume ngaso, please go into the comment section and tell me about that story. Which story stood out for you? I'm Ntobeko Khuluse. This is Podcast Radio and Stuff. Please catch me with my partner in crime, Dogozo Chapa, tomorrow. We have a beautiful, beautiful episode that will be loved by all radio lovers. So catch that episode tomorrow at 9 a.m. This is Podcast Radio and Stuff. Thank you for watching until the end. Remember to subscribe, share, like, join as a member, contribute only 9 rands, 99 cents. Bye-bye.